Salts on my feet. Hello, welcome to the eighth episode of the Gaming Refined podcast. Joining me today, I've got this guy.
Hey, I'm Josh Turner, also known as Joe Attell.
He's doing that. There's that guy.
I'm Bill Daniels, also known as Westlake Dragon, because I'm also doing it.
I think sometime I'd learn their names. Who's this guy?
Oh, I'm James Cook.
Hello, James Cook. The Sloth Man.
I'm Mikey, aka Kuratuta.
Alright.
Cool beans. And I'm Dylan. Hi.
For next week's podcast, we're gonna get Mikey's picture, James's resting bitch face.
Yeah.
Yes.
I hope so.
You guys need evidence of it. I mean, like, video evidence doesn't put it justice compared to the one picture we've got.
Oh, it is spectacular.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of news going on this week, boys. It's actually quite. This is probably the best week for podcasting. Fucking gold.
You say, this is the best week for podcasting, you say, is fucking Dylan's cat goes crazy in the background.
Yeah, that's
She
what we're
starts
laughing.
when we're talking. She talks.
Yeah.
She knows we're all talking. Fuck you, man. Fuck your podcast. I'm sabotaging that shit.
But, like.
Fucking loud pussy.
Alright, so I'm gonna start off by saying this. Alright, so fucking UFC 2 is
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, thank you. It's fucking shit. Like, there is no video game out there that is pay to win or pay to play as this game. Like, when you go to play Ultimate Team on any other game, Ultimate Team makes sense. Reason being is because fucking...
It's a team.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so say you're a hockey fan, and you're like, yo, you know, it'd be the best lineup ever, this player, and this player, with these guys on the fence, and this is a goalie. So that makes sense. Same with FIFA, same with basketball, football, everything. It all makes sense.
When you say, like, when I hear UFC, I don't think, oh, hey, you know what'd be the best UFC team? If I had these people.
Well, that's the thing, is it would be a fucking ultimate team if you could get, like, fucking
Trainers and
McGregor
shit.
and a fucking Aldo and a fucking all the friends in the ring together and have, like, a fucking 4v4.
But
Yeah, that would be sick.
that would be, but the thing is, that's
That
not
would
how
be an
this,
ultimate team.
that's not how this Ultimate Team thing works, though. So the way this Ultimate Team works is you have 5 slots, and the best way to do it is you have you have to create a character for all of these slots. But the best way is to have a character for each weight class in there.
Yeah.
So that way,
That makes sense.
the AI can fight for you, like in the alternative weight classes that you're not comfortable fighting in. So, but the thing about this game in
You're not
particular,
comfortable fighting in. What do you got to
Well,
do
no.
differently?
Well, no, it's just like they play differently. Like,
exactly. If
the
you're
heavier ones, it's more about striking
Striking.
and grappling. The lower ones, it's more about speed, agility.
Yeah, so it depends on your playstyle. Like if you just want to go up there and like bash someone's face in, you're
Have you
probably
ever watched
fighting-
boxing or UFC even or anything?
We were playing a game.
It's
No,
supposed to be similar to real life.
No, see now this is the thing, okay?
I'm not saying
So
it is.
UFC 1 was undecided whether it wanted to be an arcade game or a simulation game. This game, they do it right and they say, alright, we're just going to be a straight simulation game, which is cool, but there's a lot of downsides to it. Like, the striking system is really wonky. Like, I was hitting flying knees back to back to back to back, but and another thing is, like...
Maybe you should have tried turning them to head to head to head to head instead.
Yeah, exactly. Don't hit him in the back. The back's like the best protective thing
But
ever.
the thing
Gotta hurt
is,
the next
like,
one,
your guy runs out of stamina so fast, it's ridiculous. Like, you throw 8 punches, like, even, like, 8 light jabs, your guy is gassed. Like, he has nothing left in the tank. You gotta back up and chill for 5-10 seconds before your stamina gets back up. Which, I guess, is a balancing thing, so that way you're not just sitting up there.
Spamming you.
But I mean, in real life, like, you look at some fighters, they fight like that. Look at, like, fucking Forrest Griffin. He sits there, punching the fuck out of them the whole time.
Exactly, and the thing is you would think, like, okay, well, maybe there's a way to train it. Like, train your character for that.
Yeah.
And there is in career modes and shit like that, but not when it comes to actual Ultimate Team. The way Ultimate Team works is you have to pay money for these packs because I am 0-11. I don't know if you get wins, you're gonna. I'm assuming if you get wins, you get a little bit more coin, but not much, because that's how it is in NHL. Where if you win, you get like 200-300 more coins than you did if you lose.
Yeah, it's the same as FIFA.
So
Well, it's similar to the same.
I'm assuming it's the same kind of principle, but the thing is like it's still. I fought 11 fights, win or lose. Like I've only got 3,000 coins, and it's 5,000 to open a pack.
And what do you get in the pack?
Pretty.
So in the packs, now what you get is consumables, just like every other Ultimate Team. So something that makes your chin better, so you can take a few more hits, but it's not
I
noticeable
really
at
want
all.
a special that is the current.
It's like special chin oil.
Yeah. But But
Just slather
Chin
them up.
Endurance, this other
There's only
thing,
one
it's
picture.
called it's basically, so what happens is your guy gets tired after every fight, and you gotta max it up. So I don't know if FIFA has this, Mikey, but in NHL, if your goalie gets a loss, he becomes winded, or not winded, sorry, tired. So you have to put a recovery card on him, so that way he can play a game again at his
Or
full
can
stats.
you can you play without him when they'll he'll like
Yeah,
that?
exactly. Like you can pull your
Yeah,
goalie
same
and
thing, yeah.
put in your backup, and then he recovers from that as well. But the thing is in this, there's like you can't pull your fighter out of a fight when he's supposed to fight. So what they have is they have these recovery cards that basically bring you back to 100. Yeah, but the weird thing is like the only way to get good moves or good hits or anything like that is literally by buying packs. So, like in the beginning of Ultimate Team, you're a very basic character. You can barely do
It's
very
like
basic
Def Jam.
strikes.
I love Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Except that you have to pay to get your new moves.
Exactly,
Yeah, in
that's
Def
the
Jam,
thing,
like
it's
when
like-
you start, you're just the basic bitch who's like, I'll punch you. And by like
Yeah.
halfway through the game, you're like, flying somersault kick!
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the thing is in
Except
this
that Def
game,
Jam doesn't make you pay more money to play the game.
there's that, and the thing is like this game in Ultimate Team, you don't start off with any basic submissions, nothing. You don't have an arm bar, a leg bar, a guillotine, nothing, none of those things.
So you're pretty much not going to be able to fight until you pay money.
Exactly. Now that's the annoying part is like, so when you take them to the ground, all you can do is like change your mantling positions and punch them. Like you can't make them tap out. You have no submissions unless you open packs. Now, like I said in my first impressions of it,
Positions.
yeah, like you can go north, south, top.
North
and
South is fucking dirty looking.
It
I don't
is.
even
It's
care.
basically 69.
Oh.
But
What are you gonna do at that point? Like,
Well,
there's
Whatever
there's
you want to do.
it's to set up for like a leg bar and shit like that, right?
or to like slap your dick all over their face.
Yeah.
You're like, I got this.
He's like, I tap.
But the thing is,
you
is
just
like,
have the wrong thing, man.
Oh.
you don't like there aren't like I've never encountered a game where it's so pay to win as this game because the packs are I'm assuming I didn't buy any packs and I didn't check the price. You have to buy that stupid EA point
Currency
thing.
stuff,
Yeah. In NHL that's not a thing. Like in EA you either use coins or real money. That's it. That's all. But in FIFA, as far as I'm aware, and now UFC,
yeah.
you need to buy those weird green coin things like EA
Yeah, they
coins or
introduced
whatever.
that recently. Yeah.
Yeah. But they don't have them in NHL
It's
now,
terrible.
which I'm happy about because you can still buy coin. But in UFC, you have to use that stupid currency, and I don't know how much it is for a pack, but fucking for $5,000, I had 30,000. I believe it's because I own UFC 1.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, with that 30,000, I was able to open up 6 packs. I got one punch that you could consider like a finishing kind of move. Like it'd be like it's my spinning
Knockout.
back fist.
Oh
Like
yeah.
you'd set it up so that way.
It's got a bit of a knockout.
Yeah, more like exactly. But and then I also got a submission, a basic leg bar. It's a 1-star leg bar, which you're not gonna make anyone tap out with a
I
literally
think
a
of a new wrestling
basic
name.
bar.
The 1-star leg bar.
Yeah, that kind of works.
But so yeah, it's just unless you're shelling money into this game like throughout the year, like
Yeah,
a
so-
ridiculous amount of money, you're not gonna
So
progress.
questions just based on someone who hasn't played. It's like, so this ultimate mode, you don't even get to play as like the fighters you know.
No, that is correct. You
That's
don't.
like so backwards. Like when I think ultimate, I think
You get the
I want to
right
play
fighters.
as like I
Chuck
want to like
Liddell
randomly
or
play as Chuck
something.
Liddell or like freaking like
And
oh,
there's
it's
like
like,
a rare
I
guy.
pull the card, I can play as Ken Shamrock randomly out of nowhere.
No, exactly.
You know what I mean?
You'd think that.
Yeah.
And when I heard Ultimate Team, I thought, all right, cool. Like there'd be a really interesting way for UFC to do this, where you hire on your coaching staff, hire on the people that train you in your
Mm-hmm.
Like certain coaches
the martial-
give you like
martial
certain
arts.
abilities, and it's
That's
like
important.
you could do new fighting styles. Like you could mix up, say you when you first start out, your trainer is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu teacher,
Yeah.
so you kind of start in that, but then like halfway through, you get a better trainer
Muay
who's
Thai,
like
yeah.
Muay Thai, so then you
I'm back.
become a mixed thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's not the thing at all.
Or,
It's,
yeah.
you have to spend money.
Or even then, like where if you had
So,
like, go Mikey.
Josh.
Yo.
I believe on a previous podcast we had a discussion
Uh-oh.
I
about
talk
EA.
about my love for EA.
And yeah, no, I feel like I already scored you enough the first time. But I mean, considering this, do you have anything you want to say to me?
Okay, so no, let me get this straight, okay? I still like EA Sports games. This game, there's 2 things that are wrong with it. A, it's too much of a simulation game. Now, the reason I say that is because it honestly feels like when you're on the ground, You yourself have to know the proper technique and whatnot to set up for your arm bar or your leg bar or anything like that, which I find to be not a very good strategy for EA's point of view because it's a video game.
Yeah.
It's still a video game.
The thing is, though, is that you could argue that would appeal to the people who should generally be purchasing that game.
Take a look at a game like Forza.
That's the thing.
Forza does it right in the sense, like, it's simulation-y, but it's still got enough arcadiness that a regular person has fun and someone, like, who's really into cars has fun.
Yeah,
Both have it.
I'm okay with Forza. The thing that I don't like is how simulation-y it is, because, like, I'm not super into cars. I like racing. I'm not into super, like, doing cars and stuff, and it's like to get your most bang for your buck. Yeah.
The earlier Forza games do it perfect. I mean, like, the later ones, not so much, but I mean, like, Forza 4 and before have it a really good balance.
Yeah.
And Forza 5 and 6, not so much, but I mean, like, just the general idea of what Forza does is what I'm talking about. UFC 2 isn't doing that, is what Josh is saying. It's too much simulation. You're not getting the...
It feels like you literally have to have been doing MMA for about 10, 12 years before you're like... Before you even purchase this game, like, you should know this stuff. You should be watching everything to do with UFC. You should be learning MMA yourself before you can execute anything properly in this game, it feels.
Ground game, anyway. It's a striking game if you know how to play it.
You punch a guy, hit him in the face, hopefully you hit him.
Now, the thing is THQ, before they got bought out or whatever, their games were fucking amazing.
I love
UFC
that. I love
2009,
that. Yeah, that was great.
UFC 2010, and I think 2011 they made. Those games.
I think they stopped
2011 was the last one.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
I own the last one, whatever it was.
That's the one with Silva on the cover doing the flying knee.
No, the last one I had was Forrest Griffin on the cover. Is that the American cover? But the Canadian cover is just P.
That's
okay.
09.
Okay. I love that one. You played the fuck out of it.
That was a great game. It's because it was half and half, and it was done perfectly. Half arcade, half simulation. Where it was simulation in the sense of you get in the ring, you could knock someone out one punch right away.
Yeah, like it could happen.
But arcade in the sense of, okay, well, there's not really a stamina bar, but you're basically, you can tell when your guy's starting to get gassed.
And not just that, it's like, depending on the fighter you were, you could kind of like, just easily do their signature moves. Like, you play as Rampage Jackson, you can freaking powerbomb someone.
Yeah, but
in
this game, it's just super clunky, and now I want to defend EA here, because it seems like what they're doing is a good idea if they're just able to
It sounds like it could have been a really good idea if they had just toned down the packs to maybe 1,000 or 2,000, because the thing is like with Halo, like Halo 5's the rec system and whatnot, right? It's
low enough.
They have 3 tiers of packs. Bronze is $1,250, silver is $5,000, and gold is $10,000, right? Now the thing is in a regular game of Arena or something like that, like a regular, you get like 800 points, and then you get the Dawn Boost and whatnot, but you get more XP. Now in Warzone, you can get anywhere from like 3,000 to 4,000 recs,
and
which
a little
means
less XP.
And a little less
compared
XP
to time play.
Comparatively to time play, yeah. But at the same time, it's like once you get a 10,000 and you're like, I'm gonna get a gold pack, you get it quickly enough. Like 2 to 3 Warzone games get you a gold, right? And you're like, gold, you get instant satisfaction. You get like legendary and shit like that. It depends on the boost and RP stuff that you get and
how I was saying like normal normal boost.
With normal boost, yeah. But then it's like say you don't want to save up to that. Like right now I'm grinding silvers. It's like I played 2 Warzone games and I'm almost guaranteed a silver.
But now the thing
and it's just you want to be constantly opening packs. If EA, can you imagine if you're playing the UFC game and after 2 matches you could open a pack?
See, now that's the thing is you might be able to do that because they have. So the way the packs are set up in this game is there's just a basic pack. I think it's like 2,500 coin. But you're not going to get anything good. I think there's like literally no chance to get a rare or anything like that. Then they break it down into weight classes. So say you have a bantamweight fighter, a girl fighter, or I don't know if there's bantam guy division, but there might be.
I'm sure there. In real life there is.
All right, so then there probably is in the game. I didn't check that out. I fight in lightweight. But so say you make a girl fighter, and you're like, okay, you can buy bantamweight packs, because the way it's set up is like, if you buy a pack and it's not the right weight class, you have to make fighters for those other weight classes so you can use those. So now you can buy bantamweight, which is guaranteed that they're going to work on your bantamweights or whatever like that. So the thing is, those specialty packs are $5,000 a pop at the minimum. I'm pretty sure in like the later months, like they do in FIFA and in HUT, they release these holiday packs and shit like that where there are a fuck ton of money or coin. And you're not guaranteed good stuff, but it's in your odds that you're gonna get something.
It just sounds like it's not fun to get the pack.
Yeah,
like,
it just
in
sounds...
Halo, I haven't even had a problem with it. Even when they had them a little more difficult to get, I had a little bit of a problem with it, but I didn't hate it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they had them easier to get.
You played the game. That's the thing. It's like you don't use Rex for the regular game. You only use it for Warzone. And in Warzone, it's like if you still have a BR, you're still going at it.
Exactly. I barely even use Rex. I just sit there with my SMG and wreck kids, and that's all I do.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you don't need a wreck to win the game. It's just you can either use a wreck to help you win the game, turn the tide of a fight, or like have fun. Like you can do a thing where like if you have level 9 wreck, you could throw on this assault rifle that is a 1 or level 8. You can throw on this assault rifle that's a 1-hit melee. Fucking stack up 3 speed boosts and then like 1 overshield if you've got enough, like just barely kind of wrecking out. And it's like you zoom across the map, you walk up to everybody like hi, hi, hi.
Or just go.
Or you could just shoot.
No, you go sword with speed boost, overshield, and invisibility.
Yeah.
Okay. That'd be a low level overshield.
And then what do you do to the enemy team that has 4?
Yeah, see, that's why I don't want Spartan Lasers yet, and I want a Spartan Laser. So when I see 4 tanks, I just sit there and I die constantly over.
No, what you gotta do is you gotta sneak up.
No, you don't sneak up on them 4. They're all like washing each other's backs and stuff.
No, I've done stupid stuff where I take out tanks.
Now to
I
take
feel like you're being idealistic.
Yeah.
Now to take this
There's definitely times where you can overcome it, but there's also.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like when I see.
They have loads of scorpions and stuff.
Yeah.
Game over.
Yeah,
Well, it also depends on your team's recovery as well. It's like some people, if you're 100 points or even like 200 to 300 points behind, they're not. Your team is like, there's no point in wasting wrecks, like, because when you use a wreck, you lose a wreck, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
There's no point in using wrecks for too far behind. I was guilty of this one time. We could have won. It's that match. We lost by 7 points.
Oh yeah.
We lost 1,000 to 993. And for the last 5 minutes, I didn't use a single wreck because we were down 300 points. I was like, there's no way we can win. Mm-hmm. We managed to, like, beat some bosses, almost capture base, and we turned it around completely. At, like, 950, I was like, oh my god, I need to try something because we're actually within winning range here. And it's like, if I had actually spawned wrecks in to actually just play the game, it would have been fine. Like, if somebody spawns in with a tank, all I do is, like, enemy's got a tank that's fire, and I'm like, what I need to do is I need to spawn a fuel rod, sneak around. When I see him, just boop, 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 grenade, grenade, grenade. He's dead.
Now let's take this back.
So basically what you're saying is you lost the game because you didn't use Rex.
Yes. I lost. No.
Oh!
It's not because I didn't lose Rex.
Yes. Can be required to win a game.
Yes. No. It's the thing.
It can be required, but what he's saying is usually.
I know. I'm just twisting.
I like it.
Yeah. It's like if I had used a Rex, would I have been able to like do something more? Would I have been able to like? See, the thing is as well is like I don't want to spawn in a really super rare wreck unless I'm at home base, because if you spawn it like in Spire, I'm like, I control Spire, I'm going to spawn in the sweet sniper rifle. That's a legendary sniper rifle. I've only got one, and as soon as I get it, there's a blue guy in my base that's just like, oh, cool.
Actually, I remember my video I recorded the other day? I literally spawned into a Promethean nade, died literally instantly. I didn't even see it on my guy's
like he spawned in and his kill feed was dead before
he spawned in.
Let's take this back to UFC for a minute, because that's where this all branched off.
We'll close off the UFC.
So, now I wanted to say a few things quickly. Now, you guys brought up how Halo, you can play that game a few games and then you get enough coins.
You get a good rack after
opening up a couple packs. Now, NHL, I feel it does it the best. I don't know about FIFA because I don't put much time into that game. I don't own the newest one.
Yeah.
But in NHL, I play about 4 or 5 games and I got enough to open a mediocre gold pack. So the way the packs are set up in NHL is 500 for a bronze, 2,500 for a silver, 8,500 for a gold, or 17,500 for the gold jumbo, they call it. And you get 2 rares in the gold jumbo, and in the regular.
So it's like a Spectre pack and a Premium Spectre pack for us.
Yeah, in the regular gold you get 1 rare.
How quickly do you earn coins per match?
So it all depends on a few things. So if you do very well, like if you completely annihilate a kid in the NHL, you'll get bonus coin because you completely annihilated it.
Okay, but like, how much?
On average
for like a good, like a normal game, not even a good game, just a normal win.
On average, you win 5 to 2.
5 to 2, I'd probably say about 800 coin.
Okay,
God.
so
That's not bad. Like the
But
thing
you're
is,
never gonna get a jumbo pack.
no,
for
you
the
would
week.
never. You wouldn't want to save up a jumbo pack unless you want to open up jumbo packs once
Unless
a week.
you're a
Yeah.
YouTuber. And
Well, no, that's not the thing. That's from one game.
How long is one game usually?
20 minutes at most.
that's still kind of long though. So I'm saying,
Yeah, 20 minutes for 800.
Five
I mean-
minute periods. So there's 5 minute period. Yeah, it's about 20-25 minutes
game
because you gotta
yeah.
pause for all the intermissions.
Matchmaking
so
stuff.
the game that
And
did
then
like
just
the
the
best for packs actually. You know what? The game that I think did the best for packs, if it had to be pack based, Mass Effect 3. It's like you do like a regular golden game, not even like platinum. You do like a good gold game. You're playing like 20 minutes, no, probably about 25 minutes for an
You can
average
have
gold.
15 hours of solid gameplay at 20 minutes just to get your 1700.
And that's why those are made for those YouTubers to make pack opening videos.
But the thing is you can also, so like after you open a pack, right, and
Yeah.
it's nothing you like, you can quick sell it to get the
Oh,
coin
yeah.
back.
Yeah, you could quit stuff, but you're not going to get all your coin back.
No,
Yeah.
definitely.
But it's
So,
good that you
say
can
it's
do that,
70,
yeah.
say it's 17.5, and you
Yeah.
quick sell your pack, you're gonna get 2-3 grand.
Yeah,
At
yeah,
most.
just like I love Mass Effect 3 'cause it's like you do like you do 2 gold games or 1 platinum game, you got the best pack you can buy.
Yeah, exactly.
Every
It was-
time. Now like one
so
platinum
good.
game is probably like 30 to 45 minutes.
Depends on your squad.
But it depends on the squad. You can do them in like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
But
Also,
usually,
if you want to cheese it.
well, yeah, we ain't cheesing shit though.
No.
I'm talking normal games, 25 minutes minimum for a platinum game, but 20 minutes minimum for a gold game, normal squad.
Yeah.
And then like every 2 games, like actually probably like every like 1.75 games, you get a do it on gold.
Yeah, it's
you
weird
get,
because you would get a gold pack, and then your next game you wouldn't get a gold pack, but then after you finish
Well,
the next game, you'd get 2.
yeah, premium spec pack we're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the whole thing. It's it's like so like 1 3/4 or 1.5 games per premium spectre pack.
Yeah. Mass Effect did it very right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Constant
No,
reward
EA
is
did
great.
that game.
EA did develop it, I gotta say.
But BioWare was the one that designed the packs. They were
Yes.
told you got to do like they were told that they had to have a pack based
Oh, yeah.
thing, but BioWare did it, and I like how they did it.
It works so well because like you could play. I never put a dime in that game.
Yeah,
and I
absolutely.
played the least of everyone. I was getting
Yeah.
some good stuff.
Phil put the most out of anybody in the Mass Effect thing, never spent a dime, had like the greatest arsenal ever, and it's
Yeah.
like,
I actually no, I spent
That's
$2
what we should
once
all
because I had enough points to get like 1 pack one time just sitting on my account. I'm just like, fuck it, and it was shit. I was just like, yep, I got shit in this pack. I'm never doing this again. It's stupid.
yeah, you just.
But anyways, yeah,
basically
like I put like $2 into the game. That's it. It had only free DLC, and it was great. I have 1 copy of everything in the game minimum, and I have most things at level 10, which is what you get them to, right?
Yeah.
And I put like $2 into the game, and I put a lot of time. I put probably about 600 hours in the game, I think.
But there was never
But
a time
Dylan-
when you didn't
Exactly.
want to play.
Exactly. I wanted to do it. Let's say Dylan put maybe like 200 hours, and he had high levels of things he liked already. Like
Yeah, exactly. It was
And-
just awesome fun.
mhm. And James put
So
like,
we like
I would
James
never
put like
put the
30 hours or
infiltrator
40
I had all
hours,
this stuff.
and he had like stuff that allowed him to play on platinum still.
Yeah. I never got that in.
Now, to bring this back to UFC quickly, I just want them to set up, to reformat it if possible
They're not going
in
to.
a patch or something.
They're
No,
not
I'm
going
not
to.
talking about for the free packs.
No,
I'm
they're
not
not.
even-
They're not gonna
They're not gonna do
reformat it
anything.
anyway.
They're like, this
They'll
makes us
take-
money.
They won't take your opinion into consideration because no one gives a shit about what we think.
No, I
No
know,
one
but
gives a
there
shit
are
about anything
people
but money.
on forums right now campaigning to fix the ground game,
They're not
fix the
going to.
striking game.
They'll do it in the next year's game and say, "Look at what we fixed!
No.
Look
Oh,
what we
yeah,
added!
but
Oh,
this game
see
is
the
better.
thing is, look at these new features!
But-
All new ground game, new packs!" And it's like, yeah, I'll get that game. You
But-
completely
And
just
they
got
get all the
shafted
they get
on
all the
this.
sales again.
But
Yeah.
the thing is like they do fix their NHL games, and I'm pretty sure they fix their FIFA games. So why can't they fix a UFC game? Meanwhile, in my opinion, I think the UFC game is gonna have the best sales because the UFC is a worldwide known sport. Meanwhile,
FIFA is very worldwide.
No,
other
I know,
than, like, North
it's
America.
worldwide known and whatnot, but it's not as popular up here as it is over
Yeah,
there.
but
the
up
thing
here
is,
is not everywhere.
yeah,
No,
like,
I know.
Europe
There's
has
a
a
lot
lot
Oh,
of
are you
sales.
kidding?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
No,
Mikey,
So you're saying UFC going to sell more than FIFA?
I
It
think
can.
I think it might in the future. I'm not
Yeah.
saying right now. I'm
Yeah,
saying in the
right now.
future. I think it's very
UFC
possibility.
is still only popular within a certain demographic. Now, it just happens we all fall into that demographic.
Yeah.
FIFA applies to a lot of demographics.
Yeah.
Because like soccer / football is it's just a worldwide sport. it is a worldwide sport. It sells copies in countries where they don't normally even want to buy new consoles, but they're buying it for FIFA.
Okay, now let me just correct what I'm saying here. So what I'm saying here is UFC has the potential, if they were to market it right and do it right, to possibly outsell FIFA.
I can't see it happening.
No, it doesn't. It just don't.
Yeah.
There is,
No, because the thing is
No
a
chance.
mom's not gonna buy a new console in a game UFC for their 12-year-old son because a normal parent would be like, I don't want my kid. Yes, I want my kid to like play games and have fun with his friends, but generally a smarter parent would be like, UFC is kind of immature content. I don't want to be teaching my child like fighting.
But they'll gladly buy FIFA.
FIFA's a soccer game.
And not just
Your
that,
kid, if your
the
kid
biggest-
can't go outside and play with his friends
the
there
biggest
because
sport-
it's raining, play it inside. Have
The
fun.
biggest sport in the world, what is it?
Soccer.
Bam, that's the
Oh,
reason.
is it cricket? Okay, I'm sorry.
It is soccer.
I could
It's the biggest sport in
I
the world.
know, I get that,
Here's
but what
our
I'm
cricket
saying,
games are actually really good.
I'm saying that I see the
Is that
potential
true?
for UFC to possibly, in the future, not anytime soon.
And if you're
But
right, you know
as-
what? We all owe you $10.
Yeah.
All of us.
Okay.
Everyone who meets you owes you $10.
Everyone who's watching owes them
Yeah.
$10.
Yeah, if
Okay.
this ever happens.
I'm not projecting anytime anytime in the near future. I'm saying, I'm gonna say within 5
It
years.
doesn't count if we're all dead by the
EA
time this
Sports
happens.
Within-
will get rid of the UFC franchise. They will
Yeah.
sell it to
Yeah.
someone else before it happens.
I disagree. I think within the next 5 years, you'll see a dramatic increase in UFC sales to the point where it's either on par.
Not if they keep pulling the shit they're pulling.
No, exactly. Now, if they fix this shit,
Oh.
I can see it being on par or surpassing FIFA in the next 5 years.
You know what's funny about FIFA? Like, if you ever go on like the sites where it tells you like the top 10 selling games for the week or whatever
FIFA
games,
is
FIFA's
in.
always
like,
up
it'll
there.
be like a year since, well, maybe not a year because then the new one will be out, but it'll be like 6 to 8 months in of that year of it already being released, and it's still like the 8th spot or something.
It's
because
still
that-
top 10.
Exactly, and I've never seen
I've
UFC.
never seen UFC.
It's not
UFC
gonna be.
isn't there yet, but the thing is,
If it
The thing
even
is-
if it can't make it onto the list
That would be
at this
within
point in
itself.
time, it would have
See,
to
the
be a
sport is
revolutionary. The sport is popular.
Well,
yes,
it's
but-
getting
but-
more
but-
popular
but-
every
but-
year.
but The thing is
Who
who's
is it
popular
popular?
with the sport?
do you know
Age
how much
demographic. Age demographic. Tell me.
teens and
Not
anywhere?
teens.
What are you kidding?
Like-
are you kidding me? Anywhere
Okay,
from
teens.
12 to 45, maybe even 50, I'd say.
Yeah.
Okay.
playing the game.
Now, FIFA.
No, not playing the
Now,
game,
now
watching
soccer,
the sport.
soccer is age demographic like fucking 4 to dead.
Okay, people can.
Dead people
There
can
are-
play soccer.
Yes.
But like, what I'm saying though,
Just some
is-
marionette strings.
I would pay to see
Like
that.
Weekend at Bernie's style. Like, they just got like two guys like the Weekend at Bernie when they're trying to make him walk. Right? They got a guy on either side of him. They got their legs tied to his leg. They're running around and make him kick the ball and everything.
We get like a bunch of like dead guys attached to like really long poles. You spin them around.
foosball with dead guys. There we go.
See, and you can't do that with UFC. You can't make two like dead guys fight as well as you
Yeah,
can
because
with
they would
two
just
two
be
in
like-
a foosball.
No, the UFC would be good for marionettes. You just slap them with the.
Then they get all
Yeah,
tangled
so-
up though.
Yeah, you can
Exactly.
handle it and be like, his brain game's amazing, I can't believe he just got him in this kind of hole.
And then the
This
arm
is
comes
going
off.
amazing. Oh, the arm is out of the socket. Oh, the arm's just, okay, it's going away.
There goes the
He's
straight
slapping-
up with the arm.
He's slapping with a disembodied arm.
Like, I don't understand as to how the leg popped out. It's not supposed to be bending that way, guys.
But the thing is, I do say this though.
Alright, moving on. The Division. How is it, boys and girls?
I need to play more of it. Like I got into it a bit, and then so many things have been happening.
Yeah.
It's good.
I definitely
I really
suck
like the
up.
game. This kid can talk about the negatives. I'm gonna talk about the positives for
Oh,
a bit.
negatives.
What about Mike?
Well,
Well,
I'll
he just
probably
didn't get
get-
into it. We'll get into that in a
I'll
second.
probably be like the one.
Mikey
the
can
one
talk about it
person,
too. I'm just
But
talking about it this
when
second.
I played the Division, everyone's like, "Oh, you like it because it's like Destiny," in the sense of like it's an RPGs shooter.
It's
with
a
all
lot
these, like,
not
new
like
aspects
Destiny,
and
which I
stuff.
like.
But to me, I like obviously the Destiny world better. It's more different.
It's your thing.
Yeah, it's my thing, and I'm not a
What
huge.
world?
No, like not the
Not the
actual,
lore because they don't have it. He just means he likes the whole
like
space.
fantasy
aspect of
it.
Oh,
He
okay.
likes that it's space
Not
magic
just in
with
a
space
city
wizards.
with like some bad
Yeah,
guys
Space
with guns
Wizards
that
are
come
pretty
in.
legit.
Whereas that
I'm
whereas
sorry,
Division
but-
is not that.
I'm sorry, but you cannot talk shit unless you have 150 hours into the game.
I didn't talk shit about it right now. We're talking Division.
Simmer.
I wasn't talking shit
Simmer,
about
you need to
Destiny.
stop being so confrontational, sir.
Exactly.
Okay,
Your
chill.
EA bullshit's done.
Chill.
You're
Everyone
done.
needs to chill.
So anyways, as I say with Division, what I like about it is that it's not exactly like Destiny. Like I didn't feel the grind too much. It was kind of fun, like with the time I had. It was like, okay, cool. Like third person, like cover based shooter. It didn't make it feel like it had to be cover based either. You could kind of run around it a bit if you wanted to. And I like the abilities. You don't got there's not a long wait on the abilities. You can pop it all the time. It's kind of nice.
Oh, you mean I thought you mean unlocking?
Yeah, it's like Mass Effect. You don't
the unlocking you unlock them pretty quick too, but that's not what I mean. I mean like it's like Mass Effect where it's just like
you use it and you got it back in like 10, 20 seconds tops.
Worst case scenario. Other than like your ultimate, which comes back longer, but I don't care. It's your ultimate. I understand. Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like all the abilities come back fairly quickly, so you feel like you can actually use them. You don't want to save them. You don't want to sit there and be like, I don't know when to use this.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's really fun, and the gunplay I really like. It is kind of weird with the whole level-based guns. It's like, oh, this gun is being weaker, but all of the guns feel pretty unique and they feel good. They actually feel like you're shooting a gun.
Yeah.
And the customization is just the best thing ever.
See, that's
it's just like you get parts, you put it onto the rails of the guns, you're good to go.
Yeah.
That's where that shines. It shines in all those aspects. But like I said, like for me, I like Destiny more for the atmosphere more, and I like the gameplay of Destiny more. Just in my opinion, people probably be like, oh damn. But yeah, like Division,
Who watches
what?
this? Who's gonna go?
We got 19 people that watch. So.
But no, yeah, like you know Destiny gameplay. That's like
the thing is I love Destiny like for the simple fact of like you do an epic thing and it's like
you do the thing.
I do the thing. Save the guy. Bullet sponge the boss, and it's like
it's the same thing with this game, but I don't know. I just
inside jokes.
Everybody's just on cover, taking turns jumping out. Reload.
See, now that's.
I see everybody jumping around throwing lasers, supers being a tight.
No, I understand that's like more epic action constantly, but I was gonna say what I liked about Division is it actually felt like a gunfight.
Yeah, like
it has its own thing that it's like. Like I mean, from what it isn't Destiny.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to feel like Destiny.
Destiny is a cover-based shooter. See, the thing is Tom Clancy games are definitely like more based on a somewhat realistic prospect of,
and it's
or aspect
more based
of,
on team play.
Yeah, team play as well. Like if you play solo, you can play solo, but you got to play it right. Mm-hmm. If you're playing the Division, it's funner to play with a team, and some squad things like you can actually suppress an enemy. So say there's a sniper and he's like up there.
Shoot over their head
you just keep shooting over their head, and then it's like it will actually say, "Yo, this guy's suppressed," and he won't pop out nearly as much to take a shot because he's afraid of getting
keep shooting.
shot.
If you have an LMG, he won't pop out.
Exactly. So that gives time for your friends to actually legitimately strategize on the battlefield. You can flank
the guy or something.
Exactly. Yeah. Now I'm not saying it's going to be a crazy strategy where it's like you need to suppress this guy and then somebody's got to like mantle over this way. I went under with a mantle. Like over with the mantle and like close a car door and like set up the proper mountain.
But it's got a bit of strategy to it.
Yeah, it's like it's fun. Strategize with your friends, find unique ways to entertain yourself in a firefight.
But I don't know. The thing about this game is I've never heard like from anything I've seen or heard from you guys. I've never heard of like that one epic moment.
Mikey might have some.
The thing is
it comes from Dark Zone. The epic
actually,
moment. I haven't played enough.
Mikey, what happened? I think it was last night before I got off. What happened when you and Nick went to the Dark Zone? I remember you guys freaking out. Remember what happened? You probably forget.
No.
I'll remind you. Did you say like you were like level 15 or something or 16, right? And then you came in and you saw like about like 10 level 22s just chilling.
No, that wasn't even the Dark Zone, that was the thing.
I thought that was like the Dark Zone. I thought you guys were screwed.
Walked out of the safe house we were in.
Okay.
Nick was there for some reason, I spotted in on him. I was 15, he was 16, and I saw like a group of 10 like NPCs, and I was like, okay. Like usually if you see some NPCs, they're going to be like 5 of them. But I was like, there's 10 of them, they've got to be like some low level chumps.
Oh, okay.
So I just run up and I just like fucking like throw my turret down.
Start some
shit. Like right next to them. Throw a nade on them, like, okay, this is gonna fucking wreck them. And then I start like getting ready to chew into them. And then like you don't see their levels until like you either aim at them or aggro them.
Yeah, exactly.
And my turret landed, aggroed them, and I just see like 22 pop up above all their heads.
Nah.
Fucking actually I think it was 24. And then they just utterly just raped our faces.
And that's just in the safe house?
That's fair.
Yeah. And they were just walking down the street.
See, that sounds awesome in the fact of like, can you imagine if like a bunch of players came out at the same time and you just see like, it's kind of like in a sense of like a Destiny's event, like randomly a bigger boss character will show up and you have to defeat it. Like
exactly, that's probably what it was like.
It's like in the Division, it's kind of like just there's a patrol of higher level enemies, and it's like
That's what it's like.
Yeah, and exactly. They were elites, and one of them was a named elite, which is why
yeah.
they, like,
So if you take him
they have,
down,
like,
you can get
random
better
names.
gear. Like
And so he, like, yeah, if we had managed to kill those guys, obviously it would have
Like,
been
elites always
crazy
drop,
stuff
like,
that. We
color
couldn't
rare.
even be close.
yeah. So it.
But in terms of like epic moments, like me and my friend in the Dark Zone, we were, I can't remember, I think, well, we were early levels, but we were in the Dark Zone. We just like got all our stuff out, and we were kind of like didn't really have much more to do. We didn't need to get more loot or anything, so we were like, you know what, let's start messing with some people. You know, let's start
Go
getting a
rogue.
little bit frisky. And so obviously, if you don't know anyone out there, then the way the game works in the Dark Zone Division is that you can get loot as you would normally get loot, but it's contaminated, and you have to extract it via helicopter, which means you have to go to a set location, and you have to call for an extraction, and it will arrive in a minute and 30 seconds.
So you're
And then
sitting
you
there.
attach it to a rope, and it carries it off and away, and then you can get it at your safe house. But the problem is that when you call for extraction, it tells everyone on the same server as you that you've called for that extraction. Which can be good, could be bad. Sometimes people are like, oh, they're going for an extraction, I can go and extract with them too, and we'll all be like together in safety in numbers. Or people will be like, yo, they're extracting, they must have good shit,
Yeah.
let's go and murder them.
And take that.
And so, but what we did is we didn't have anything, but we just extracted
Oh, you
to
can do
try and
that?
bait someone in who was like, they're extraction too, they need stuff, so there's one poor guy
Oh no.
Right to extract it, and we just murdered the shit out of him.
Wait,
And literally just melted him like 100 to 0. Stole his shit
and then extracted it?
and ran off.
Oh.
Maybe he didn't
And
need
so
to.
we got his shit and we ran off. And then we found like, but the way we went kind of turned into a dead end, but we're like, yeah, we're okay, we're fine, we'll just hold at the dead end, you know, we've got our backs to a wall, we're all good. He respawned, came running back, so we killed him again. And at this point, obviously, we're rogue,
Yeah.
so we've already got like an 80-second timer on it where we're rogue, which means like anyone who kills us gets a bounty.
Mm-hmm.
And so that guy killed us, and then 2 more guys showed up. And so like obviously we're penned in, we didn't really have a chance to like run everything, so we just had to kill him. We killed those 2 guys as well. And then the other guy came back again, we killed him. And then at this point I got level 5 rogue, which initiated a full
starts
manhunt.
the manhunt.
So you're visible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
everyone on the server
everybody in the dark
comes
zone
up
gets
with,
an
like,
alert.
on their screen, like
That's
as if it would be a mission like objective, like clear the area, it just goes objective, kill others, Dave.
Yeah.
And then so like we were just like shit. So we killed the last guys that were there, and we just started running. And we were just literally just like head down, like we were throwing down turrets behind us to like distract them, so that they had to like take our turrets down before they could get past them. We were like throwing flashbangs at our feet and then running past them so that they would run into our flashbangs. And we were just like booking it, and like I had to survive for 5 minutes. I had literally a 300-second timer. And so we were just running, and we were specifically running toward groups of elite NPCs.
Oh.
So we would aggro them, run through them, and then the guys behind us would have to
fight
deal
them,
with them
yeah.
because they'd be alerted by that point. And so we were just late, and then like we did a complete lap and ended up back where we were accidentally. And then we decided for some reason to go to the same dead end that we were at before and hold off.
Yeah.
Because we had, at that point, we had like 2 minutes left, and so we were like, shit, well, hold on. And obviously, they just fucking came, and then the guys were just, because if you're not rogue, and you die, you don't lose much shit. So like, if you see a rogue person, it's kind of in your interest just to like, you know what, screw it, I'll just throw my body at him and try and kill him, or whatever. So they were just perfectly willing to just run into the meat grinder.
Yeah.
And so I killed more of them. My timer went up, my friend's timer didn't for some reason.
Oh.
But so then we had to set off again. And then at this is the point where I like, at one stage, like I thought there was only one guy following us. So I was like, okay, I'm going to turn around, instead of running this time, I'm going to turn around and kill him, and then we'll get out, we'll get some distance going. I turned around, I literally saw 7 people. There could have been more of them, but I saw 7.
There's a little cinematic of you just getting gunned down and
chasing
All
2
slow
of them.
motion.
Red Dead
And I
Redemption
was like,
style.
Scarface.
what? I just turned and ran, and then because my timer got higher than my friend's, his timer ran out, and so I was like, okay, I was like hero mode. I was like, you go, okay, you
Go
go,
on without me.
right, you get. And so it just left me alone, because obviously if people came and attacked us, like he would be fine, but if I killed them, it would make him go rogue again, even though he had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
So I was like, get out of here.
So you
And then so to try and survive, because this did like still had 3 minutes, I just turned and started running into the high level dark zone. So at that stage, we were like level 14 or something, and we were in like a level like 11 to 12 dark zone. So it was fine. And I just started running, and I basically got all the way to the level 25 dark zone.
Oh my god.
And I was just booking it this whole time. And then someone cornered me.
Oh.
Right? He cornered me into like a dead end. And I was like, shit, I'm gonna have to kill him, or he's gonna kill me. And like he was like kind of like waiting in like a doorway, waiting to get me. And I just saw a level 25 NPC just roll up on him with a fucking axe. Him to death.
You're like,
but didn't actually leave, and I just sat there and waited out my timer, and then ran all the way back. And I've got a bounty of like $3,000, so like I got $3,000 just from surviving the bounty, and I got like.
Yo, you should have recorded that.
It was literally like a 20-minute saga.
yeah.
And it was like heart pumping the whole time, like shit, go left now, up there, oh. And it was just mad.
The guy that just like he's like waiting, like he's like gonna go flush it
And
out.
Mikey can kind of see him. He's like got the perspective where you can see behind him.
Yeah,
the
you
guy's
see
like
the guy come, he's got
sitting
like the
there
flashlight on his
trained.
gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, like flashlight on his gun, he's walking in, and then you see like behind him just like
Jason
the-
Voorhees
yeah.
style. Just,
like yeah, slow motion. You see the swing.
and then
go-
you just see like he just keeps hacking into the guy. The guy's down.
And
Like
Mikey's just saying style, like
no, Mikey just like slowly walks in. The axe guy looks up
Oh no.
and then looks back at the guy and just sees Mikey runs away and just. That would be so.
So yeah,
funny.
Mikey, from now you should record some Dark Zone stuff because that sounds like the best thing to watch. I would watch that.
Well, remember when we were playing the beta, the one point where we got trapped and like there was
we
like
kept killing this one guy. They kept coming back after
they
we
kept coming back. It was the same thing as Mikey, except at one point like while we were trapped in there, like 5 people and like they had a guy behind them with snipers trying to snipe at us, and I'm like, guys, we need to get out of here. So finally we broke through the line and we just booked, and then legit was like, let's go into this glitch spot, and I'm like, we got
Was that
cornered
legit, or was
again.
that, I think that was due.
No, it was legit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So there's like a wall where it says you can't go past this point. I don't know if it was because of beta or because it was a high
No,
level.
it was a beta.
And so we literally, you run outside of it and it says you're gonna die in 10 seconds. But if you ran long enough through it, you can't really see anything. But you can go back around the building and get back into the good zone so you don't get killed.
So
So
just like a good.
me and legit did it, but he just like I can't do it because it tells.
Well, no, because they like said you gotta climb the shit. I'm like,
No,
there's nothing to climb, so I
he literally
ran
said-
back. And what was funny is because I ran back in, whoever was chasing us knew some
So he got
asshole
lucky.
tactic. They were waiting for them,
I got-
But not you.
but not me. So I was just like, okay, bye.
But that's why he's like, oh, I said it's something I can't go there. Like that's the point. We wanted to do this one spot. He's like, yeah, but I couldn't see it. I didn't know where to go. It's like, exactly.
Hey, it worked for him.
Yeah, and then they're like, okay, let's cut them off, and Dylan's just like, do, and just walks away.
Yeah, like so, like legit. And James went this way. The guys went this way. I was like,
I literally
yeah.
climbed a ladder on the other side of the building, and I thought it was all good, but me and Jake got gunned down, and they were just there. It's like,
Yeah,
oh.
they were waiting at the top of the ladders. They're just like, oh hi.
And then it's just like the moment from Scarface.
Now, if I were to buy
I
this
just remembered another great moment in the beta me and Nick had,
Yeah.
where we went rogue, and again I don't think we were manhunt, but we were like level 3 rogue, and we had like a bunch of guys chasing us, and it all kicked off, and then there was like some NPCs like going off as well, so we were like fuck it, and we ran into this alley, and it was a dead end. And but it was like really good cover in there, and like the only way in was like a really narrow doorway, so we were like just gonna hold out. And like so many people were like showing up, and like Nick had like pulse on, and he was like pulsing, and it was like 8 threat.
Oh yeah, yeah.
no.
Shit.
And they were just like hucking nades over the top, and we were like throwing nades, and we were throwing like tires at them. But then like more shot them, like it kept extending our ropes, and then we kind of like started trying to like shoot them off and scare them so that, but not shoot them so they wouldn't extend our rope counter.
Yeah.
But there was like a lot of guys, and they like kept like they would kind of like try and like cooperate for a push, and then one would run in, and then we just tear him a new arsehole, and he would go down. And then when we saw one of them outside, when like two guys outside went rogue,
Oh.
because they somehow just like started like on the other people who were trying to attack us.
Oh, that happens.
Like, sometimes
Or
we
they
go by
could have
accident.
accidentally shot him, which
Yeah,
happened
exactly.
mostly.
Like it's quite easy to do, to be fair.
Yeah.
And then like one of them got killed quite quickly, And then one of them started running towards us, and I was like, let's get him down. Like, it's easy. Like, he's a rogue as well, so it doesn't give us a problem if we kill him.
Oh yeah.
And then Nick was like, no, he's cool, because the guy was in game chat, going like, I'm coming in with you guys, I'm coming in with you guys. Actually, Nick could hear him as well, because Nick was on Skype, so he could hear him in game chat. And so this guy ran in, and we just let him run in with us, and he just sat next to us,
Held off
in
with you
cover.
guys?
And then so there was like the three of us just like holding out. Then we held out for like another 5 minutes for just this random guy. And then anticlimactically, a group of, as we were just like, they were making a big push on us as well, and it was like a big fight, and like they might have like taken us back, like we were like pushing them back. We killed like a couple of them, and then just randomly 5 NPCs spawned on top of us, and just I think they just fucking beat us to death.
Oh god.
Now, if I'm gonna get the division, the only thing I'd be doing is that shit. Like,
Well, exactly.
Well,
That's what the sell for the game is.
The thing is, Josh, it's just like Destiny. You have to play the regular game to get to the end stuff, to grind the strikes and play the raids and have fun doing things.
What's good with the division is they have level sections, so you don't have to grind to the end. You can grind to a level and then
grind to a level. But I mean,
this game seems like Destiny.
And
made the
level-wise, it's not that
grinding
much of a grind
fun.
really at all.
Like Destiny, at least in the later part of Destiny.
What are you saying?
Like no, I mean like playing the story and shit like that.
Grinding wasn't fun. It was the reward. Like after you like grinded and you finally made it through a nightfall, you're like, oh my god,
The middle
thank God.
part was fun.
And then you get Plan C exotic, and you're like,
But the ending wasn't as satisfying. Like it didn't really.
This game though, what I'm trying to say though is like it seems like the story is just cover shooting and that's it.
Well,
like,
story.
It's got a story. Like.
system.
Okay, the system, whatever. It
Gameplay.
seems like it's just cover shooting and that's it. That's all.
And a little bit of abilities here and there.
Destiny, it's just like okay, even if you're playing the story, the campaign for it, it was all fucking epic, regardless of what you were doing.
There was interesting fights. Yeah, look, the thing is like it wasn't as much as Bungie tried to say. Destiny is going to be a unique and evolving experience, and like when you do stuff, like say on a strike, they were trying to say things like you may be doing this when all of a sudden a bigger boss shows up, and then like
That
you get showed up with another group of like another fire team, and you have to work together and take that down. That never happens.
That sounds pretty sweet.
It sounds cool, but in the division, you've already said it once where you guys were doing something and just you weren't even trying, and then a bigger group of enemies just randomly showed up, and you're like, guys, we need to do this. And it's like Destiny. I will save judgment for the thing is like Destiny. I had so much fun with it. I enjoy the grind because like I can either just throw on music or shoot the shit with friends and like do challenging and hard bosses. Like I love playing Hunters because it is fun to be stylish while you do what you do.
The thing it's hard to compare Destiny to the Division in a way because
One
gameplay, they're just entirely different. Like, sure, they have the same mechanism where you got to grind a bit to get
grind,
levels,
shoot,
but I mean, the whole idea between the two is very different.
Yes,
like,
it's very different.
You could love Destiny and hate the Division, and vice versa, just
But see,
based on the
that's the
gameplay.
thing. It's like everyone I know. Like I have a couple guys at work who are, yo, Josh, we know you love we know you love Destiny. By the Division, like it is.
And I can see that
just
sentiment,
as
but
good
I think it's actually it's hard to say.
But,
Like, if you don't like cover-based shooter, you're not gonna like it.
Yeah, exactly.
I now don't get me wrong. I had fun when we played Siege. I had fun.
Siege isn't
is
cover-based.
not like the Division at
Now
all.
I had fun when we played Rainbow Six Vegas 2 and Vegas 1, but I don't know. Like, I just don't think that this game is really for me. And that's the weird thing is because everyone is sitting here. Everyone I know is like, yo, you love Destiny? You're gonna love.
Well, Division is the newest hot game right
The
now.
thing is like you won't know for certain
Until you play it.
until you play it.
But the thing
You
is,
might love the
I'm
Dark
not
Zone
gonna
part.
shell money
You should have
into
played the
it.
beta.
One could have played the beta.
I could have, but I didn't.
But regardless, I mean, like,
I don't want
If
to
you don't want
shell
to get
money
it,
into the
Yeah,
game if
exactly.
I'm unsure I'm gonna like it.
The
Just
thing
wait for it
is,
to go on sale in the
Do you
future.
have it digitally?
yeah,
You want a license transfer?
we're not
It's
talking
called
about
game
it
sharing.
now, but
Yeah, can you share?
but no, like the thing is like it's like a lot of people say you can compare Division to Destiny or Destiny to Division, vice versa, whatever. But I mean, like it's apples to oranges when it actually comes. Like Destiny is a space adventure, like
fantasy, all that stuff.
Yeah,
fantasy,
does
fun
the
time.
Division
Whereas
have
Division is like the
anything like the
nitty gritty. Division will be getting 3 updates where they will have a raid. Like they've already announced the plan for it. Like when Destiny
They have a
first
roadmap.
launched, it didn't have a raid.
No, I know. It took 3 weeks.
2
Yeah.
3
And
weeks.
Division
yeah.
has a roadmap as well.
Exactly, and Division is having a lot more free content pump out where it's like
But there's still a season pass.
there's still seasons
What's
pass,
that for?
What?
like expansions.
Yeah.
So like
Oh.
other,
Extra areas.
yeah, it's just like
Seasons
Destiny.
Pass doesn't cost too much either. It wasn't too
I
much.
didn't see it.
I
How
didn't
much
mind
is
it, but I like for the whole. I think it was like $60 or something.
Ooh.
For a season
That's like
pass?
that's a high-end season pass.
No,
Yeah. Like
But I
Pods
mean-
isn't even $60.
Well, it's like $49.99. It's $50.
yeah, I was gonna say, but you know, COD's dead after he does the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Destiny's still going. Like, sure, we don't play it as much as we used to, but some people still have that, like, playing that game.
It's because it's a fucking good game.
Like, I was
But you
expecting
really
that like
gotta-
Divisions to be stupidly high, and it wasn't stupid crazy. I'm not buying it right now. Like, you want to wait.
Mikey, are you getting the seasons pass with the division?
Already got it.
Oh, well, there you go.
I'm considering picking up the Division, but
Like,
I
don't
can't.
buy it for the cover-based shooting if you're gonna buy it. Buy it for the playing with friends if you're gonna buy it, because that's the only thing it sounds like you're gonna have fun with. Because if you don't like cover-based shooting, you don't like cover-based shooting.
Yeah, the cover-based shooting is just is pretty. As much as it's like a big part of the gameplay, it's really secondary to the actual
It
tricks of the game.
like
It's
the
just
Dark
like,
Zone or whatever it's
the
called.
gameplay
That
is
sounds
just a
like
platform from which the content
Goes
takes the
from-
game
yeah.
to the next level.
the only other
Oh,
thing.
it's $40.
Oh, is it
So
$40?
it's like,
The only
Yeah,
other thing
I thought it was like
is
40 or 50. I wasn't trying
third
to
There may
person.
be a bit more.
Yeah.
than
I'm
Canada
not
stuff.
a big fan of
For some
third
reason,
person.
my Xbox store is set to American, so I see only American prices.
even though it makes you pay Canadian.
Yes.
That's another thing is I'm not a very big fan of third person. Like I play Gears, I like Gears, but that's really in my opinion, that's really the only game that's done third person right.
Well, there's a lot of games that do third person, right? Like
And the
Resident Evil
mobility is
4.
really nice. Like the one thing that's really with Division, mobility is amazing. Like you can mantle like everything, and there's like dodge rolls.
That's what I
Like,
like
the beta,
too.
like the thing is like in Destiny, there's no maneuverability.
You got
Why
jumps and you got Sparrow, but you
You
don't
got
got
double
like.
jumps, epic double
Yeah,
jumps.
you got
you
double
don't got
jumps.
like
Yeah,
mantling
fucking
stuff.
real.
Yeah, there's no mantling, so it's like if you miss a ledge, you're like fuck, or it's like you want to climb up something, you have to jump and then jump again, and like the only evasion is for a hunter. Woo,
Nice
is the
stop.
shadow stop,
Yeah.
is the shadow step, and you're like.
That's cheap. I wish everything had that.
The thing is like you have to get good with it. When I first used
Yeah,
Shadow Step,
I even
it was stupid. It's
He
like
was killing himself more than it was benefiting him.
yeah, exactly. So I'd like wait and I'd be like jump, and the guy would be like, and then you would die because like when Shadow Step how it was supposed to start, I think it was a bug in the beginning because somehow immediately after a patch I was like God mode with it. I could dodge like everything,
Mm.
but that could also be just because I got better with it. But
Either way.
is like when I first started, I'd go to dodge a boss and he would still hit me even though I was mid shadow. And I'm like, because it spaces you like in and out of existence when you dodge, so you're supposed to be like reduce like
like a
damage
mist
and
walk kind of
whatnot.
thing.
Exactly. So you're like gone, and you could do it twice. So it's like, or like
Pikachu, that shit.
yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Pikachu's agility.
Yeah. And then you're just like, that's what you would do. But like everybody else in Destiny is just like, you gotta move.
Jump. Float in the air slowly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's
if
one
you're
thing that
like-
Division does very well. The movement system is really nice.
Yeah, like when I was playing in the beta, it's like all of a sudden, like I would hear a shot and I can immediately
Take
dodge, roll to cover, and like assess the surrounding and be like, where did that come from?
And like you can be in one side of cover, you look, it like highlights where you want to go. You can hold A, and your guy does like a roadie run over to it.
exactly,
Like
like
keep your
that's
head down, you
really
go.
good movement. It's like I said, Tom Clancy games generally are more like realistic.
And even though this is RPG, it still has a realism aspect they throw into it.
I think it was you that was talking to me the other day about it. You said it's a very realistic game, but the only downside is the guns kick like a mother.
Well, yeah, like
that's
I
realistic.
Yeah,
I
I
think it's quite bad, to be
understand that,
honest.
but the thing is like back to kind of like the UFC thing. You can do realism and have some arcadey aspects.
I
Not to the
didn't find
point
it
where
So
I'm
Call of
due
Duty.
to the fact that when you shoot a guy in the face, he doesn't die.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. I know Destiny's the same thing, but there's still like it's not even like just some of the bosses, just like some of the regular NPCs
Yeah,
that have
but
like
then-
armor. You have to like team shoot the hell out of them just to kill them. But I guess it's just like an ultra. Or whatever.
There would be no point otherwise in getting other guns if it was realistic, because the
And you shot
gun
a
you get,
headshot, yeah.
if you ship in the game and you're like, you got a pistol, an assault rifle, and like an SMG, and you're just like, cool. Go up to the final boss, you're like, boop, you win.
Yeah, that's the thing. See, with Destiny, it makes more sense because it's more of like a fictional.
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense when I throw like 17
Well,
rockets.
what if the guy has a Kevlar helmet or something?
No, like, even if...
I'm just trying to think of any way possible.
It's not realistic in that way whatsoever, but that's the thing. Is you gotta take your ups and your downs.
Yeah.
It's not
It's an
realistic
RPG,
in
you know what
bullet
you're getting
sponges.
into.
Exactly. You deal damage. You have a DPS score and whatnot. Yeah.
Okay, so let's
No,
start.
I hate the idea of like people like having like
Yeah,
realism
that's
as some kind of like feature of games. Like,
If you want realism, go
does
play
it
hard
look
mode.
good graphics? Is it realistic? It's like I don't give a shit about how realistic a game is unless it's a specifically like a simulation
Yeah,
game.
it has
and
simulation
yeah,
and it's for the purpose of being like if it's an armor or something like that. Like that's cool. Like it's like specifically aiming for that.
Mhm.
If it's fucking if it's Destiny, if it's Division, if it's COD, if it's Battlefield, I don't give a shit. It's a game.
Exactly.
Just make it good.
Yeah. Make it play well.
Now let's move on from the Division and let's move into the Xbox talk and about what they
Well, not just Xbox, the whole Xbox Sony PC thing.
yeah,
The whole thing.
that whole thing.
Yes.
What's everyone's
Yes.
opinions on it, Dylan? If you want to run us through it very quick, and then we'll
Basically, how it goes is Microsoft is like, yo, guys, we're open to cross-platform gaming, and we're inviting anybody who wants to participate in this to, sign up and, like, help. So Xbox One players, or even just Xbox Live players in general, could play, like, Call of Duty with a PlayStation 4 player
And a PC player.
and a
Yeah.
PC player, which would be unfair in the PC
But,
aspect.
then,
But that's
we'll talk about keyboard and mouse in a
developers
minute.
though too.
yeah,
Right?
but it's for developers, so in that sense where it's like,
To develop one game for everything. They don't gotta
Yeah.
develop every system, is the idea.
Yeah.
But
if they
another
thought
thing
about it in the
is, like,
first place.
it's connectivity, but also developers, like, they have to give their blessing and whatnot to be able to cross-platform connect with
Of
it.
course, yeah.
But there's also the Universal Windows platform, which is Microsoft's making it easier to
Develop
make-
for every product that they own.
Exactly. So it's like if you want to develop a game on for PC, like Windows 10, then it's like you develop that game and Windows is like, would you like to optimize this to also play on Surface tablets and Xbox One, or even the phone as well? And if your game, it will tell you what's like available to be able to run at
Like
its
the
minimal.
hardware.
Is exactly like that, and then it'll be like, you can do it for this. Do you want to do that? And it will just code for you that, so you won't have to like do a separate thing to
Yeah.
go to the consoles
And then
from PC.
Xbox wants it so like PlayStation 4 developers could use it as well and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, but the problem with that, it sounds really good, but it's trapping people to code within what Microsoft is doing. I think that it sounds really good in premise, but in practice it also does sound like they're trying to trap people into only buying Microsoft products. No, I'm not talking the consumer. I'm talking the developers have to buy the Microsoft products.
Well, the thing is
You know what I mean? They don't got the scope of the field. Like they can't be like, this is what I'm comfortable with using. I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna develop the game how I want to develop it, and then they ship it out and they localize it as they need to. They're being basically told you got to do it this way because this is the way you're gonna make money.
Well, no, but like it's a good thing though
But
because,
it could be a good thing. It sounds good in premise. The practice might be different, is all I'm saying.
and I get that, but the thing is all right. So say you want to develop a game for the PlayStation, you have to get all the proper shit for the OS and whatnot, so make sure it's compatible with it and whatnot.
Mhm.
But now if because Microsoft is like very broad, like anyone has their own way of getting onto a Microsoft thing at any point in time.
Yeah.
With PlayStation, it's a lot more complicated and whatnot. So I think for Microsoft to do this, it's actually a big step forward, not really a step backwards in any way.
Well, I'm not saying
I see what you're saying, but I think it's a very good move on Xbox's part, at least.
If it's implemented correctly.
Yeah, that's the thing, and
Yes.
it's all based on developers. Regardless of if they have to use Microsoft-based things or not, I don't really see that being an issue.
Well, I do. I mean, think about it this way. They're trying to monopolize like a certain market,
Yeah.
which isn't the right idea. You don't want
So-
monopolies are never good.
Here's a thing. So say you develop for Microsoft, right?
Yeah.
You develop for like Windows 10 and whatnot. You want to sell your game. There are a lot of people who don't want to use Windows 10, and a lot of people who don't want to buy Windows 10 games. What they're familiar with is Steam. They don't want to purchase. They don't want to have a Steam store library and Windows.
They don't
and
want to have a bunch of libraries at the
Exactly.
same
They want to have it condensed and whatnot. Now, if you're selling via Windows, you can't sell via Steam. If you're programming via Windows, they're going to try very, 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 very hard for you to only sell in Windows, which at some point they may even say, if you're going to develop for Windows, you're going to be selling it through our Windows store.
But even then, I was going to say, even if they make it so, like what it sounds like they're trying to do is they're trying to say, like, hey, PlayStation and, you know, other markets, right? Wii. Well, actually, the NX doesn't sound like it's terrible necessarily.
No,
that's news we can cover when more comes out about it, so I'm not going to cover that right now. But let's just say, you know, Nintendo and PlayStation, if they wanted to, they could make their, like, they would allow, like,
unification.
They would allow, like, Microsoft would allow them to buy the rights to use it. But see, then the problem with that, of course, is they're buying from Microsoft. It's Microsoft's. They're licensing from Microsoft. That's what Microsoft is trying to do here.
Yeah. Well,
and
that's
that's
just
the
like the
problem.
Blu-ray from Sony, right?
See, but the Blu-ray is a lower level thing, though.
No, not really.
No,
because
but Blu-ray.
No, it's the same concept,
But at a lower level.
at a lower level.
You don't have the
don't-
program
Yeah, you
for
don't.
Blu-ray.
No game needs to be done via Blu-ray. Blu-ray is just the option for, hey, you want to watch a really cool movie tonight? I got the Blu-ray
Or
for
being
you.
able to actually fit it all on the disc.
The
But
games
digitally, it doesn't.
nowadays are printed on Blu-ray discs.
Yeah, of course they are, but I mean,
Really?
Yeah.
yes, because they can store more.
Exactly.
But digitally, it doesn't matter, which
Oh,
is what
yeah, true.
we're talking about.
Yeah.
In
That makes
essence,
sense.
technically, they don't have to have Blu-ray tech. The Blu-ray tech, it's the same
Yeah,
idea.
didn't they release... No, they didn't release an Xbox with a Blu-ray.
No, they didn't.
No.
But what I was gonna say though was, like the Blu-ray, it's the same idea, but on a lower level than what we're talking about here.
Now, would
What
you
I'm talking
guys...
about is
Question I just thought of.
Okay.
Would you guys buy an Xbox that was, say, $50 cheaper,
I had no disc tray.
plus $100 cheaper for no Kinect, if it had no disc tray, which
Yes.
means no physical media whatsoever?
if it was $100 cheaper, I'd buy it.
Yeah.
Well, there is the
It'd be
$100 cheaper.
$150.
It'd be $150 cheaper because you wouldn't get a Kinect. So say it's how much are Xboxes? $399 or $299?
Yeah, some of them.
I would buy an Xbox for the same price if it had no disc tray.
Yeah, seriously.
I think they're also.
Yeah.
I think there's some of them are $350 nowadays. Or is that in the bundle thing? I'm pretty sure.
That's
It
the
might
bundle.
be. It might be, but I mean, like,
exactly.
I'm
like you
totally
said.
up for no more disc trays.
Yeah, 100%. Like
Yeah, I
they're
can
not
live with that.
needed.
Yeah.
Like who honestly buys hard copies?
Well, there's a lot of
There-
people.
there are
It's not-
some
you can't say
people
who
that-
honestly.
Yeah, there are some people
But
that
there's
buy
It's
it.
slowly phasing
There
out,
is
but
this
there's still a
legitimate
huge
market.
population.
There's this
Yeah.
legitimate market of people who don't care about disc trays anymore.
Yes, it's
And-
legitimately becoming a thing where people are like, why would I buy a physical when I can just download it and have it pre-stored on my console?
The only thing I miss about buying physical is midnight releases are fun.
Midnight releases were fun as hell.
They're okay.
Like, the
but,
best memories I can think of when games coming out, none of them have to do with digital, it's always the physical.
Wait,
Yeah,
so
it's
was there
all-
that time you wait till 12:01 and just start playing the game? Yeah, but it wasn't that crazy.
Yeah, no, and
Like,
it's like
best memory was Mass Effect.
Mass Effect. Yeah,
Mass Effect
exactly.
3. It's like, we showed up at 7 p.m. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, there's no lineups there right now at all. Let's go. We go to East Side Mario's. There's a whole story on that on its own, and that's the fun part. We have a whole story just on East Side Mario's.
From our
Fucking
Mass Effect
blue
thing.
cheese.
Oh,
man.
man.
But that's besides the point. Like that's the thing. We have two different stories from the Mass Effect night. Two different stories. Like all of the East Side Mario's. That was fun. And then after that, we go over to EB Games and we wait in line.
Yeah.
And we were partying. But the worst part was it was literally without wind chill minus 40.
Yeah, it was so fucking cold.
We didn't know it was supposed to be that cold either. Like during the day it was like minus
Yeah,
15.
like I had a dress jacket on, not like a fucking winter
No.
jacket.
It was only like minus 15. I didn't bring gloves. I didn't bring a hat. I brought a coat, and that was it. Like I didn't dress for it. He didn't dress for it. It was like minus 15. It was cold all winter, so we were used to like minus 15ish. And like we're waiting, and by the time we got to East Side Mario's, it dropped to minus 40.
Your nipples instantly could cut glass.
And let's just clarify, it's minus 40 degrees Celsius.
No, minus 40 is the same in Fahrenheit and Celsius.
Yep.
Yes. It's
Oh.
fuck you, it's cold.
Yeah, it's so cold.
It's universal.
It's so cold.
It's universal. Fuck you.
But
Yeah, and we're sitting there, and it's so memorable because we were sitting there waiting from probably about 9:30 until 12, and we were first and second. No, we were second and third.
Second
in
and
line.
third, because there was this other guy who like had headphones
Yeah,
with backpack.
he was there
and shit.
at 7.
He was there at
But we were
7.
like, oh, there's one guy in line. Let's go to East Side Mario's.
Yeah.
We come back. We're like second and third in line then, and there's still the one guy sitting there.
Yeah. But what was cool is like what was fun about it is we were sitting there And it's like, yeah, you make friends online and whatnot. Like Mikey's our friend from online. That
I met him like years ago playing PGR4.
Yeah, and then it's like we had the opportunity, and now Mikey's a part of our life in the sense of like he's one of our good friends.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is like when Bill and I went to the Mass Effect 3 release, we
talked to
met a
everyone
whole
online.
bunch of people
that were interested in the exact same
exactly,
thing.
and it's like never before had like imagine getting into a game of like a 32-man game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And instead of playing the game, you would all just sat there and talk about the game. And like memories, like your hype for what's coming next.
Or better yet, like we always talked about like, oh, what'd you do in your games? This is Mass Effect, right?
Exactly.
There's the branching path. So it's like, everyone's talking like, this is what my character did, and this is like well, who's alive and who's dead, and here's what they did, and here's my choices I made. And you just had the whole conversation
there was
about it with
so
every
much
person.
variation. It was so fun. That's something I'll miss.
And what was
this
so good
media.
with
but
Games is from about 10 until 11:30 they let us inside. They wouldn't have normally did that, but they're like, it's really cold outside.
Yeah,
We
they
feel
let
sorry for
everybody
you
in
guys."
except for the last 10 minutes.
Mhm.
So we all had our places in line, but they let us in the store so we wouldn't die.
Mhm.
And then 10 minutes before close, like, all right, now we need to kick you out so we can get the games.
And
out."
it was
The
pretty
thing
organized.
is,
There were
they
places in
could
line.
still, like, you could still go to midnight releases,
Yeah,
whether it's for
completely
games, but there are still consoles and shit like that being done. Like, I remember when I was waiting in line for my Xbox
Yeah.
One. So this is what happened.
But you can't digitally download a console.
Exactly.
You wouldn't download a console.
Eventually, that will be a thing. But no, like,
Maybe.
I remember
3D
when the
printed.
Xbox One was dropping, me and James were chilling up here.
I was there too, and Dylan was there.
Yeah,
we were all there. I didn't get the console that
No,
day.
no,
but
I'm
remember
saying,
I got the fucking ticket and I didn't win. That was so sad.
Wait, were we all chilling?
Yeah.
The day of, I
I
had
don't
to
know
go
if
up
you were
there
there.
to EB Games to trade my 360 Ghost to Xbox One Ghost.
I was gonna say, I
Yeah,
don't know if you were there.
because
but-
I brought you a stacker. I remember that.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that was the first time you had a
That
stacker.
was pretty good. I should probably get
It
one.
was delicious. But I remember like I left you and went up to my locally GameStop BB Games
Mhm.
at about 4:35
We went to
o'clock.
Future Shop.
I said, "Fuck that! I'm being first in line." I was first in line. I was the only person in line up until 10 p.m.
What?
That's what we were talking about, like with the
Yeah,
games.
Literally, I was there at 5:45, and I was
The
the
Future Shop
only
was
one
brutal.
there until 10 to
Did you
10
like
o'clock.
open the door for people and say hi and shit?
Bro, so I literally just chilled there, and the staff would come out because at that point I was going to EB Games like at least twice a week, right? So me and the staff were really good. So I'm sitting there talking to Michelle, that's the old manager's name, and
Continue.
yeah, I have a story about her later.
That's it.
So Michelle and I are sitting there talking for about 10 minutes. She's like, "So you're the only one here?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "You want to see what we got?" I'm like, "Well, what is this, a drug deal?" She's like, "No, do you want to see the consoles?" I'm like, "All right." So she took me into the store and she just opened the back door. Like I wasn't allowed in there,
Yeah.
but she just opened it and there's just a fucking crate.
Like a skid.
Like, it's
A
basically
skid
like a
Xbox.
skid, but it's like this fucking tall, all green Xboxes, and then you see 5 Xbox One day one
You only had
editions.
5 there?
They only had 5.
What? That's, yeah,
Wow,
that was
we
the
had
shop
like
a lot.
we had like 100.
Yeah, like Future Shop, like it was so crazy. It was like
Yeah.
I didn't get a console that day because like I didn't have the money at the time, right?
Oh,
I'm
yeah, I
sitting
forgot
beside
about
these two kids. Like we got there at like 9:30, and the line was already like.
Around
here's
the
like
corner,
I was gonna say like
corner and down.
the squares are rectangle. Like the squares are rectangle. It's just like the line was already around the first corner. We got there. We were halfway down the wall in the first corner. By the time it dropped, it was around the second corner.
Yeah, it was just fucking so
Oh,
long.
that's like me.
And like, and that was from 9:30.
Yeah.
I know, but come 10 o'clock, like 90 people showed up, and then so at
There's
about
someone
say
with a
10, 10:15.
Yeah.
Like 10:15, 10:30, when there was like that metric fuck ton of people, the manager came out and she's like, "All right, so when did everyone pre-order their console?"
And that's how they base the line?
No.
Oh.
So everyone's like, I shot my hand up and she's like, "Yo," I'm like, "I pre-ordered it the day they fucking said you can now pre-order your
Yeah,
consoles."
yeah.
I literally, as soon as I seen that, I dipped, went down to EB Games, threw down 50, had it pre-ordered. So I was guaranteed at day one.
Yeah.
And like 30
I'm
other
so
people.
happy that you got that achievement and that little day.
Yep.
This what does it say? It says like day 1. No, it just says 2013.
It says day one 2013.
Yeah.
So
I
anyway,
did day 1, 2015. No, I didn't get 2015. You know what I mean? That'd be
but
joke.
there was like 30 other people that were like, we all had day ones. She's like, "So issue here, guys.
Aw.
We have 5 day ones. It's going by line.
Oh yeah, since you're number one. Number
Yeah.
uno.
I lucked right the
Rooney.
fuck out.
I like our Future Shop one had literally like an outside stand with like a little tent, and they had an Xbox One set up with 2 controllers,
And they had a
and they were doing like
contest.
little tournaments. They were
Also,
like
they-
1v1, like
They had,
fours
they
or
had a
1v1.
contest, like everyone got a raffle ticket, including me who wasn't even buying one, and they gave away one person got a free Xbox.
And I like that.
What?
It's
They
like
did that? Oh,
yeah,
I
remember? And it's
It's
like
like the
they
Cinderella
closed the
story
ticket. We're all
almost.
like, and then it's like
I had 2 tickets.
yeah.
I had 2 tickets.
You
I
had
think
2 tickets.
the guy
I had
came
a
by,
ticket even though I shouldn't have had one.
He's like, oh yeah, you weren't even. Yeah, so the guy gave me a ticket, and then he comes back later. Like, who didn't get a ticket? And I don't know why, but he gave me one. I don't think I put my hand up. Maybe I did.
Oh, I want a shirt. Remember? It was like,
Did you guys get the Xbox One shirt?
I did.
I did.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, and then like it was so close to Cinderella story because these guys were like, well, I'm buying one anyway, so maybe I'll give you one or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, sweet. So we basically had 4 chances, and then someone who was on their own got it. It was like,
Yeah.
aw.
Yeah, it was some kid who, like, when he won, I was like, if I had won that, I would have literally jumped out and been like,
Yeah.
just like on my knees doing the
He's
whole
like,
like
hey.
Rocky thing, like
Yeah, I know.
amazing.
He didn't even care.
He's just they called it 3 times and he's like, oh, I won.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was so close to being
And
the
it was
best
like,
thing ever.
why?
So did he get to leave with the console early?
No.
No. It was when he
You
got
got
up in
jumped.
line. It was when he got up to there in line. He just got his for free.
Yeah, exactly. And then no, the guy came around and they were giving out Xbox One shirts and they had like an extra large and he's like, anybody who wants an Xbox One shirt? I was like, whoop!
And he just tosses it.
And like he was like, this guy whooped.
This guy whooped.
Threw it at me. I was like, yes.
They only had small, so I got a small, so it's just hanging up in my room.
Oh boy.
That's it. But yeah, I was super. I actually seen like it's one of the like executive guys from Microsoft or whatever, because they had to make sure all the consoles got there and whatnot. You guys probably seen the same
Yeah.
kind of people like
They
in a
had,
suit
like,
or whatever.
No, they literally had like a game set up.
Yeah,
Like,
they
there
had
was
a
official
game center
Microsoft
set up
people.
like
Oh,
with
okay.
official Microsoft employees.
But yeah, so I
Okay.
seen that one person go in, look in the back, make sure everything was there and whatnot.
We didn't see it because shop's huge.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
But-
huge. They had a really good
They had,
system
like,
for it, though.
yeah.
But yeah, no, it was fun. Like that's the thing. It's physical media. There's certain things. The thing is now is like with people's actual lives. Like we're not 16, 18 years old anymore. We can't like
Just do that.
we can't just go out. Like, yeah, we could,
other
but we have
arrangements,
obligations. It's
exactly.
like
Yeah.
we got things that we need to take care of and whatnot. Some of them being really
Like
stupid
hell,
stuff.
I would hate having to go to a pre-release literally right after work.
Like I would hate having to go to
Fuck
one.
that.
But at the same time, you would hate the idea of going to it. But when you're actually there, you'd be like, oh, I'm
No, I was gonna say I hate the idea of having to go to one. I
I
love
would-
the choice.
Yeah.
I would be guaranteed to be towards the back of the line though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We were told.
But I don't know. You just kind of have fun. Like I went to the pre-releases I went to and whatnot, like midnight releases. I went to the Borderlands 2. I had never played Borderlands before. Really, like I tried Borderlands 1 for an hour. Did not like
But
it.
everything that was coming from Borderlands 2 looked amazing.
It looked amazing, and my one buddy at work's like, "You've got to get Borderlands 2. You're gonna be a fucking invisible shotgun ninja." I'm like, "Yeah, I could get behind that." And like I got back to my place, and like I had never played Xbox with him. I barely talked to him, but like he
Who
was
was it?
my buddy Blaine.
From Timmy's, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say Gamertag. Did you ever play with him or no?
Shit, no, probably not.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because I played with so many random people.
Yeah, and then
Continue, though.
it's just like we first played, and then like we go into work a day and a half later because we obviously booked off the day,
Mhm,
and then
of course,
like we go in and I'm like, dude, man, like when we like Bloodwing, man, that was legit because like I had the thing where like I would lunge attack with zero, so like he'd be in the air and I'd be like, and just like Falcon punch him in the air, and I'm like,
You wanna
yes,
punch him?
yeah,
So that's
one punch.
but like there is still ways of doing your midnight releases and shit.
They're
like
just
that.
not as practical for our
Yeah.
age of people.
Exactly,
That's
like
the
that.
time.
But that's the weird thing. Is like when I went to like multiple, I've been that fucking probably I'm gonna say close like 6 to 10 midnight
Well,
releases,
yeah.
and most of the people there were like 30, 35.
Yeah,
Well,
but
that's
the thing
release,
is like-
thing I went to. Like, cause when Rock Band 4 dropped, like they didn't have midnight for it at the Games Fireplace, so I just went like I was actually first in line. Like I mean,
in the morning.
I didn't try to be. I went before the store opened. There wasn't really a lineup until after I got there. And then there was like maybe 20 people total.
Oh well.
It was pretty quick. It lined up. But yeah, so like I didn't get there super early. I got there like 5 minutes early. But people, it was early in the morning, so it was like people were just kind of like, I guess,
Yeah,
right?
it's zombie mode.
Mm-hmm.
That was me for Titanfall.
But yeah,
Like-
so I get there, and then it's just like they just like when we were waiting outside quickly, they're just like, okay, so who's getting which thing? And then I'm just like, I'm getting the band in the box. everyone else in the line was jealous, so then like 2 people that got banned in the box. One person bought fucking like 3 things. Like they bought like 2 banned in the boxes and then another guitar thing. I was like, what the fuck are you buying this for? But that's besides the point. Anyways, yeah. It was pretty chill. Like it was fun. Like everyone just like kind of like talking like, oh, you know, just random shooting shit. But it wasn't really exciting.
Yeah.
Was there another game that dropped the same day Titanfall did? I feel like there was.
Was it Titanfall? Wasn't it like a sports game dropped the same day?
I
That's
don't
what it
think
was.
it was a sports game. No. Because that was Destiny and NHL.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Destiny and NHL, they dropped the exact same day. But no, there was another game that dropped with Titanfall. I think it might have been Halo 4.
No.
Halo's
launched in November.
Was it?
No, October. No, November.
Well, anyway.
Halo 5 is October, so I think it was November.
Yeah.
But there was a game that dropped with Titanfall, I think. I can't remember, but I know they didn't do a midnight release for it. So I had to go there in the morning. And I don't like to be anything other than first for releases. So I woke up at 6:30, got there at 7:30, and like, alright, the store doesn't open for 3 hours. So I ran over to McDonald's, which is across the street with my brother. We destroyed some food, chilled there for an hour, went back, because I'm like, it's literally across the street, so I can see if there's anyone lining up. So I went over there, and I'm like, alright, no one's here. So we chilled there for an hour. Then like 30 people lined up behind me. I'm like, haha, fuckers, got my shit and did. But like that was the most recent fucking thing. But that wasn't even the midnight release. The most recent midnight release I did was Black Ops 2,
Yeah.
which was 3 years
I
ago.
feel like a fucking crazy person.
Why?
I'm listening to this. Everything you said, you've been saying all this stuff, like celebrating it, and like
We're
all of
wasting
it
time.
sounds like just the most horrendous shit that I would just be like.
It's
Like,
because we
telling
actually
fucking
go
horror
outside
stories.
and do stuff.
Like, you know what? You know, like my midnight releases, you know what I want to do? You know, there's a game I'm really looking forward to. I want to play it. I want to fucking look at my Xbox at midnight, see it's there, open it, play the fucking game.
Exactly.
I don't want to
that's
go
the thing
and
now.
freeze my fucking testicles off.
Yeah.
That's what we
Waiting in
like
a
now.
line with a bunch of.
But there's no
snake
story
cunts.
there, Mikey. There's just no story.
No, you know what the
Fucking
story is?
going
The epic
there,
moments
fucking
you achieve
buy-
your first 2 hours into the game.
Yeah,
You
Like,
usually get pretty
just
shitty the first
no.
Yeah. Like if they work.
Like, what is the point? Like, wake up, oh yeah, I woke up at 6:30, went to McDonald's, sat there for an hour, and then went and got my thing.
Yeah, no, I don't like morning releases as much. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, no.
But the
thing
midnights just
is-
have a fun story sometimes.
Yeah, the midnights are.
So if I want to have a big event with my mates, I'll just fucking, they can just fucking come round and we'll get fucking drunk and fucking play it. Like, we're not gonna fucking go out
Yeah.
there and
No, I
yeah,
understand
midnight,
that.
it's freezing cold and
I'm-
just be on the
I'm perfectly fine with getting digital releases, and I would rather. I'm not going to do any more midnights probably.
Yeah, that's
It's
the
just
thing.
the whole thing, like the spectacle, the
Yeah, I didn't do
the
a midnight
fun.
release for Halo 5 Guardians, and I
Exactly.
love doing Halo
the
5.
fun of midnight
Like Halo.
releases
Yeah.
is there, but we miss that, but we don't miss it enough.
What is, explain the fun to me, because I'm not getting that. Like I said,
There's a story, like I was saying,
like,
like,
you're going out there, it's cold as shit.
with Mass
Yeah,
Effect
but
3,
Just
like,
waiting to do nothing.
I
Mikey,
was gonna say with Mass Effect 3, we got to get it early because there wasn't digital downloads at that point on the
Yeah.
360, as far as I know, or even if there was, you
I
couldn't get it at
haven't
midnight.
gone to a pre-release since digital preloading has been a thing.
Exactly.
since it's been
Yeah.
on point.
But
At
as
the
much
end of the day, the only benefit of it is that you get it as soon as possible.
yeah, so that was the thing. It's like Bill and I
Yeah.
were like, as soon as we got Mass Effect 3, we booked it home, and it's like
Yeah.
we didn't wait till 8 in the morning to play it. As soon as we got back, it's like, yo, man,
Exactly.
sorry, so far have you done
That's
it?
the thing. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like, I get like then it was a good thing to do because you know
Yeah.
get it as soon as possible. Like I did the same thing. You know, get it as soon as possible. And I'm
Well,
like getting in there. I want to get it as soon as possible. Get the fuck out and go play my game.
Exactly.
But like. I like so like, but that's what I don't get. Like, I would be celebrating the fact that I don't have to fucking do that anymore.
And I
That's
am.
true.
Like,
Well, that's
yeah.
what I mean. Like, we are
Rather
perfectly
than like,
fine
oh
to
no,
know.
that was really cool when we're trying to do like Mass Effect 3 and stuff. It's like.
But Mike,
like, we're not actually that.
the reason it's such a cool thing, like it was a cool
Was.
thing.
Was.
It's
Some fun
because
stories came out of it. You
There's
got
stories,
free
but
shit.
the thing is like you're literally with a group of people that have the exact same interest as you.
And
They're-
mindset.
Yeah, and mindset. Like they are into gaming hardcore, or they're not going to be their midnight release. They're into that specific game hardcore, which like that's another reason why they're at the midnight release. And it just gives you guys something to talk about. You get to make some friends, whether you talk to them on Xbox again or not. For that like couple hours, you made a little like a friend to help pass the time and whatnot.
Remember when what game was it? Like in like Gears 3,
Oh.
And we just really randomly got the gamer tag of that guy who bought the Gears 3 Xboxes at the same time you bought your
Yeah.
Gears
I don't
3
think we ever
Xbox.
played with them though.
We never did. We never even added him. But it was so random. Like, we go there. It was a morning release.
Yeah.
Like, because, like, nowhere in our area had a midnight for Gears 3 for
Yeah.
whatever reason.
And I was buying the Gears of War 3 limited edition console.
Xbox, yeah, and like the 360, and so was this other guy, and we were waiting in line. Like this guy was just ahead of us.
Yeah.
And, like it's just so random, just carrying out consoles and waiting. He got on like not the same bus. We had to wait at the same bus stop as us.
Yeah, exactly. It was.
But Mike gets to the point too where it's like we should be kind of like saying,
Oh.
yes, this is a good thing now. It's
Oh,
way
it's
easier.
so much.
100%.
Absolutely. Like, there's a reason why we haven't gotten any since.
Yeah,
And the
exactly.
reason is it is cold in Canada.
It is cold
And
and
it's
it's like
impractical.
impractical to the sense of like I wouldn't.
I don't even get it as soon anymore if I
You
get
have
it
to
going
go
in
there.
person.
For us, we have to walk there and
Bro.
walk back.
You know what I can
You
do
play
now?
cards, man.
I can pre-download it
Mhm.
like a week
That's what we're talking
beforehand.
about, yeah.
When the game drops, I can be naked playing that game, eating pizza, drinking Red Bull
At 12:01.
at 12:01.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess I feel like there's probably sounds to me like there's a different spectrum of people that went to the midnight releases because like the people that I was like in line with so the midnight releases were the
Yeah.
fucking scum of the earth.
Everybody.
Like, it was just fucking
like,
just
cynical
the most
and not
horrific shit.
happy.
Yeah,
It was just a combination of complete twats and like 50-year-old mums in their dressing gowns who've been
Yeah,
sent by the
in
fucking job.
Canada, every person you meet's like the most happy, chipper dude, and you want to like.
to an
and-
extent.
Well,
that's
Yeah, I
that's-
suppose it's just because we all hate each other here.
yeah, exactly.
In Canada, we all hate each other too, but we put on a smiling face while we talk shit about ourselves, secretly meaning it's them.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's so fucking cold out, and all that kind of shit, and you're just kind of you're glancing the sarcasm at them a little bit.
Yeah. But I mean,
But
like,
besides that,
it's just the.
Sounds great.
Like, the pre-releases we went to had a really good atmosphere and whatnot,
Yeah.
and that's something that, like, it's a story,
Either way, yeah.
and it was an experience to go through and whatnot.
never had any shitty people in any of our lines.
Exactly, I never
I
had a
had
bad
one
time.
shit phase.
Yeah, it
Like this
happens.
one shithead. Like this guy was a straight cunt.
Like,
I'm sorry. I'll bleep that if you guys want, but he was a complete asshole to Michelle. Like, so she came out
poor Michelle.
and
Transformer show.
she wanted to
Rest in
see
peace.
everyone's. This is for the Xbox One. She's
Rest
like,
in peace.
okay, I need to see everyone's receipts to see if you paid for the whole thing or how much you paid for.
Yeah,
it.
just the standard
Because
shit.
Our systems are being a little wonky because we
Not
have
just
to
that, I mean,
add
most
this,
places you go, that's standard on some level. I mean, they gotta
Exactly.
see something.
right? So their systems are being wonky because they were trying to add the Xbox Ones in there. So she's like, can I just see proof of proof of pre-order,
Purchase, yeah.
right?
Oh,
So
pre-order, yeah.
this one guy, he was just like, I don't have my receipt.
What?
She's like, how did you expect to pick up
Yeah.
your console?
Like, normally-
He's like, well, I have my platinum card. She's like, yeah, that works,
Oh.
but you need your receipt to go along with it. And he's like, so what do you want me to do? She's like, I would like you to go get your receipt, or you can't pick up your
Yeah.
console. He's like, this is fucking bullshit. I pre-ordered and paid for 2 Xbox Ones,
What?
this, that, and the other thing. And she's like, well,
He should
the
definitely have
rules.
his receipt now if he's paid for 2 of them.
She's like, the rules are the rules. Like, what do you want me to do? She's like, I'm the manager here, and I can't do anything. And he just starts going off on her, like belittling her and shit like that. I'm like, this guy is a fucking asshole. Like, he is the scum of the earth. Like,
No.
you don't.
I don't
you
even
see
do that. I know it's not good. I was gonna say like everyone gets mad sometimes, but you don't want to go overboard on someone if they literally just can't do anything.
Yeah,
Exactly.
What do you like? I mean, what do you expect if you're going to a pre-release of anything and you don't have a receipt? It's just like, how do you expect to get it? How do they expect
I think the
to know
only
it's yours?
thing
It's
you
the only
need
thing
is your
they
receipt.
they
And
drill
when
it
you
into you. It's
pre-order
like,
it.
this is what you need.
As
This
soon
is the
as
only
I
thing
had
you
prepaid
need.
for my Xbox, like that receipt
Was like
got like
all
the
safe.
special treatment.
Oh, yeah.
Like I
Like,
folded it
anything
properly,
like that.
tucked it into my wallet, and I'm like, I just gave everybody the finger behind this. I was like, tucked it into my wallet, and like fucking just like as soon as I got home, I was like, okay, I'm gonna open this, put it in a Ziploc, staple,
man.
like duct tape it to the roof. It's like where I put the cocaine and whatnot. It's treated like that kind of special. And it's like as soon as like it's like, hey, I gotta have my receipt for when I do this. It's like busted out, like fucking like check inspect. It's like yes, this is the proper thing.
You know, it's all
You
stapled
take
together.
care. If you're a gamer, you know.
Yeah.
And that's just it. When you pre-order it, they're like, make sure you have your receipt
Yeah, it's
on
not like
pickup.
it's fucking rocket
They
science.
literally
It
say
is
that
rocket
every
science.
time.
Yeah.
Every
Anyways.
time.
I mean,
Yeah, it's about that time of day.
yeah, it's about time.
Yeah.
Oh, is it about that time?
No, it's not about
Well,
that.
I had one thing I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
and
No
it's,
problem.
And it's kind of good timing.
I know.
There's this random thing I saw
Yeah.
earlier. So, there's a esports team
Oh no.
called NRG. You might be able to guess, it's kind of like energy, you get it, no?
Yeah.
And they have a CS:GO team. They have a League of Legends team,
Okay.
and they just got invested in by Shaq, fucking Alex Rodriguez, and Jimmy Rollins.
Okay.
And apparently Shaq is like big into the League of Legends.
That's pretty
What?
sweet.
And he like posted to his Twitter this thing.
What?
And yeah,
That's
he
kind
like
of
posted
cool.
to his Twitter about like League.
That is pretty
And
awesome.
yeah, said pumped to join my new team, LOL NRG, and start tearing down turrets. Get ready for the Shaq attack. # League of Legends.
That's sick.
That's something
And he had, like, a
I
vibe.
thought I heard in my life.
Neat.
And yeah, and then so like the NRG CS team was actually just playing. They're an American team, and they have some European players on the team. Yeah, and they just they must have been channeling the Shaq powers because they just took down, well, they just upset a big team
Oh,
Oh, wow.
in the Counter Pitland finals.
Now,
That's
what I
sick.
need to see now is I need to see the Shaq versus Donkey match.
Now, just as a quick little side note to esports, very quickly, you and I know something that's kind of
Mhm.
interesting. Optic just recently, they got a new sponsor as of yesterday, I believe.
Alright, this is actually kind of this is actually kind of crazy because
This is actually super cool because brand
No,
recognition.
no, it's not just like okay, it's not just a normal sponsor. Like Brisk, you know Brisk, right?
Like Brisk Iced Tea.
Yeah. So, anyways, they used an esports team as their
Their
source.
launch platform.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
They posted their commercial on their YouTube channel. Which
Yeah, so
is kinda
like
crazy.
now Brisk, owned by the Pepsi Corporation, is now sponsoring Optic, which is absolutely awesome because it's just more brand like
I'll get sponsored
recognition
for
and
Pop-Tarts.
whatnot.
Yo, I want to sponsor.
I would be. Yeah.
Pop-Tart
I
sponsor.
feel like that was the least interesting thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a closer, but it is something cool that they're using esports teams as outlets for like their new brand, like their new product.
Yeah,
They're not
and-
just gonna show a commercial and say, hey, we're gonna
So,
sponsor.
I was gonna say for energy, are they gonna be like, are all the players gonna be wearing icy hot patches
I think better.
and drinking like the freaking like Shaq Arizona?
I would.
Did you see the
actually
picture of
watch
the
that.
Arnold Palmer cans?
No.
With like there's Arizona with Arnold Palmer on it, but like underneath the wrapping on it is
Oh,
still the
no.
Shaq cans. It looks so ridiculous. Some of the pictures of those.
Alright, so I think it's about that time.
It's about that time though now.
Yes.
Is that
Just so enthusiastic. Yes.
Well,
What is that time?
so I guess,
Describe
Mikey,
the
did you
concept
play
of it.
any monkey ball?
Any Mikey ball? You
Yeah.
play any Mikey ball?
Be
I
honest.
meant to play that.
Right. So.
And that's
Alright,
why.
so-
It's not, wait, is that podcast even going out?
It is.
Yeah.
Oh,
it
yeah,
is.
so there was a bit of-
I fought for it. And it's going.
Oh, it's going
We didn't clarify to Mikey that our last podcast was a bit edgy.
Mature content.
With edgy, we'll say edgy.
No, just mature content.
It
That's
was.
what you play.
It had some immature
It
content.
was mature content and quite crude humor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
things
yeah.
like that we find
So-
funny, and we don't know if you will find funny, but we'll see.
So we finally, well, Dylan mainly campaigned that it go
It'll go-
live.
so-
Now the reason I really wanted it to go live is because, in my opinion, regardless
Because
of
it's our
how
humor,
edgy it is and whatnot, it was literally top, like the top podcast we've done.
But either
In
way,
his opinion.
let's get back on track though. So Mikey didn't know it was going up. Mikey's got another week to play some Mankey ball.
And you better, but
Make
but-
sure you
But
play it
for-
for next week.
But also for next week, who's going to be playing the next time?
yes.
Who's gonna play the
Please
The
let me
Retro Review Showdown!
Also, Josh Ryan isn't here today because we had to work late or something.
He
like
had
that.
to work like probably stuck in traffic.
So he
too,
can't get picked to choose a game, but he can get picked to play.
play
to play the game. Yeah.
if you want to choose.
All right, you're Josh 2.0 on this one, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
He's Josh. You're Josh.
I can't get picked anyways. Can't you? I
No,
can't
you-
my-
He
Oh,
gave the
yeah.
game, so.
Bullshit.
So.
All right.
James, click.
Oh, it's always my job these
Get to
days.
choose. Jersh.
Yes.
Have you got picked before?
No.
He's
so
so
fucking
happy.
right. You
This guy.
You have to play. It's not really a retro review because it's for this generation.
This generation?
Yeah,
Wow,
like,
that's
that's what I was gonna
pretty
say. That's the news. I was gonna say Revengeance is at least a few years old.
sad. Yeah, it's
You have
what's
to
one?
play fucking what's it called? Goat Simulator.
Oh, dude, I
Your
would love
challenge,
playing that.
your challenge is Flappy Goat. Get that achievement.
I'll get all the achievements. That's
Get
what I'm
Flappy Goat by the end of the week.
That's a challenge. And remember, so what's the stipulation on the challenge? Like, what's your little wager here? What happens?
What happens if he completes it?
saying. It can't be negative for me, right?
No, it's not. No. If you complete
Okay.
it, you get something. So like, what
If
do
you-
you want? What do you like, you name something, and then like, what does he got to do, or get, or something?
So I don't think I'm the one that makes.
Well,
the
no, I was gonna
choice.
say if he accepts it. I mean, either
No,
way.
I mean-
If he completes the challenge,
You get me a Geno slice.
no.
Oh,
We need to
No.
have something to be recorded so that way it can.
I'll bark it
You
back up for them.
no. Wash my hair with yogurt. You get to put on as
What
much
if I
yogurt.
don't want to do that?
He doesn't even want to do that. Right?
Where's buying the yogurt?
All about the yogurt.
How are you just giving the money for the yogurt?
I'll get you gloves and everything. You just
Yeah, boys,
literally.
I'm out.
I don't even want it. I don't know if I want this.
Yeah, no, I don't
I-
want that.
I-
This
feel
has to be
like-
in his house.
Yeah.
Okay, then what do you want?
A Geno slice?
No.
I'll say something on the podcast.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Shit in his mouth or something.
I don't want to
You get
No,
to
no,
slap
it's
me in the face.
Mikey's back in now. Mikey's on board.
You get to slap me in the
One
face.
side Rochambeau.
No.
No, I don't want to give people the nuts. That's evil. I'll do a
No.
slap.
You
or
get a front hand and a back hand.
Okay, why don't you want both? Why are you making it worse?
No,
for
just
yourself?
do a front hand or a
Okay,
back hand.
okay.
Surprise him. Just have it like.
He just has a blindfold on, cigarette in his mouth.
Okay. Now the thing is, you have 5 days.
I thought it was the next podcast.
No. You have 5 days to do this. Because, I don't give a fuck about you playing me, and I just want you to try and get the achievement, because it's hard as shit.
Is
You've
it,
seen Michael try and do it on Rooster Teeth, haven't you?
is it in the new expansion, like the bigger city part?
I think so.
Oh, crap.
So if you want, I can game share with you.
I was gonna say because Steam has the easiest family share thing.
Well, I have it, and you don't have PC, so.
Yeah. No, I know, but I mean, like, you could do that on my laptop and you could play it.
Oh yeah, his laptop is.
I live beside this kid.
Yeah, true. Well, anyway, we'll get you set up.
Yeah.
Whether you have to buy it or not, it's $15.
It's a game you play anyways.
That's pretty ridiculous. Guys, I've seen obviously a lot of
Regardless,
videos.
so okay, so that's a challenge, and okay. We
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, I think so.
And on that
not
oddly
bombshell.
calm bombshell.
Yes. On that note, here, boys and girls. Today
Yeah, boys, I
we're
got
gonna-
some pictures I want to show you.
We're
Okay.
going to say good night and goodbye.